Myths and legends. Things that chill our bones and tickle our curiosity. Reality, or just something we inherited through history? Are you ready to find out about something new? What would you do if you heard a horrifying scream in the middle of the night? A scream by itself representing danger is scary by itself. But what if the scream isn't that of an animal or a human in distress, but a scream warning of upcoming danger? Cviljek is one of mythological creatures that has a long history in Slavic folklore. It is said that the myth of Cviljeki goes as far back to the time when people still used to worship the Slavic god Perun. These creatures are also widely known as Drekavci, but the story of their origin differs from region to region. As always, I will focus on the myth that is known to my small part of the land. In Croatian Zagorje, it is believed that Cviljeki are messengers of death. They are small creatures covered in fur, with long claws, and are producing a horrifying scream. That scream determined their name because Cviljeti means to screech in Croatian. It is said that their scream is painfully loud and unlike any animal scream known to man. The most accurate description I have found is that Cviljek sounds similar to a wolf howling. It is interesting to say that here, in my small part of the world, there are no wolves or jackals. So, what are Cviljeki? The legend says that they are lost souls of warriors who gave up their faith moments before their death. By doing that, they are transformed into these hideous creatures that are doomed to walk the world, announcing and bringing death to others. Unlike other doomed souls, Cviljeki remain in a physical form. But how do they decide whom to doom? That part remains unknown. Some stories say that they seek those who are lost. Others say that they wander the land and randomly seek houses to haunt with their howl. But maybe the most interesting story about Cviljeki is the story of the blood moon. The phenomena of the blood moon is widely known as a celestial event that is often linked to mystical. One of these stories says that a long time ago, a terrifying war broke out on our lands. It is said that it was one of the worst wars mankind has ever seen. Men, women, and even children fought for their lives. One night, warriors stormed into a village. They slaughtered everybody. That was when the first Cviljek came to be. It is said that as people died, the full moon in the sky turned blood red, feeling the pain down on the earth. And as the last warrior died, he cursed the old gods for not aiding them. Now, when a blood moon appears in the sky, every tortured soul transforms into a Cviljek seeking revenge amongst the living. For the end, you will hear a true story about a woman who escaped death after a close encounter with a Cviljek, and it is up to you to believe it or not. For the sake of keeping her identity, the name in the story will be changed.
Sofia was just a young girl when her parents moved into a neighboring village, and she with them. Shy by nature, she wasn't the type of a person to make friends easily, but Sofia had a best friend named Kristina. Two girls grew up together and were inseparable. So, once Sofia moved to the next village, two girls had a difficult time being separated. One day Sofia's parents agreed to let her have a sleepover at Kristina's place. Girls were thrilled. Agreeing that their friendship will eventually change, Sofia and Kristina decided to make their every encounter something memorable. So Sofia came up with a plan. Once the night falls, they'll sneak out of the house and go visit the unknown soldier's grave. It was the place near Kristina's house. They heard the stories of this grave millions of times, and it was at the same time frightening but somehow exciting. It was said that a soldier was murdered in the part of the woods and his body buried without any kind of marker that would let people know of his last resting place. In that spot, not a single tree grew, not even weed, just moss, thick green moss. Once the night fell, two girls went to bed and waited until Christina's parents fell asleep. Once they were sure that they were sound asleep, girls sneaked out of the house carrying nothing but an oil lamp. As they walked through the woods, they giggled and screamed, but the fear was thrilling, so they came to the unknown soldier's grave. In the moment Sofia and Christina stepped on the moss, a horrifying scream ripped the silence, followed by a loud moaning sound in the darkness. Two girls shouted in fear and started running back home. All of a sudden, that same bone-chilling scream appeared right behind them. Sofia said that she heard a dull sound of the body falling to the ground. Christina screamed, and the breaking of the glass of the oil lamp Christina was carrying. She turned around only to see a small fur-covered creature piercing its long claws into Christina's neck. Frightened out of her mind, Sofia ran toward Christina's house to get help. The only thing she noticed was the blood moon rising in the sky. Her screaming and calling out for help woke up the entire village. Soon, Christina's father and few other men ran back to the woods, only to find a broken oil lamp that has burned down and nothing else, not a single drop of blood or any other sign of Christina. They searched for Sofia's best friends for days and even months, but Christina was never found again.
So, there you have it. Cviljeki, revengeful creatures that bring death, and the blood moon with yet another horrifying legend following it. Be sure to look out where you are going when seeking for adventure, and remember, something is always lurking out there, screaming and seeking to rip you apart. Hi guys! As usual, thank you so much for sharing and liking.
Be sure to do that.
And repeat it. We won't pierce you with our claws if you subscribe. Or will we?
We will.
Come on, can we spare them this time, please?
Not a single soul.
Pretty please.
Not a single soul.
Sorry, guys. So, my name is Jelena hrvoj.
And I'm Daniel Fiket.
And this has once again been one of Croatia's myths and legends. Stay bloody, guys. And bye.
Bye.